6 months ago, Corona del Sol junior lineman Keona Pete didn't know if he'd ever get to play football again. And what began as a fight for his life became a fight to return to the football field.
At Corona, we have a little saying, it's called fight the fight.
A motto Keona learned to live by after he broke his leg at basketball practice for the Aztecs. However, a routine surgery turned out to be almost fatal for the Corona del Sol junior.
I went in for surgery, was allergic to the medicine they gave me. So my body went under anaphylactic shock. My lungs my oxygen levels dropped all the way down. So they had to intubate me with a breathing tube.
Keona spent 4 days in the ICU in a medically induced coma. He didn't know what happened until he woke up.
Last thing I remember, they told me, all right, we'll see you in a few hours before the first surgery. And I woke up a few days later, 4 days later, my mom told me everything had happened and my leg was still broken.
Keona endured a lot in his 3 weeks at Chandler Regional Hospital. Doctors also had to paralyze his left vocal cord. He experienced severe nerve damage, excessive swelling, and lost some mobility in his left arm. When he was finally discharged from the hospital, his vocal cord was still paralyzed.
I couldn't eat or drink for about 2 months. I had a feeding tube through my nose running into my stomach.
Fortunately, Keona had a team rallying around him.
My mom's probably my biggest support system while I was in the hospital. She spent every night with me, sleeping on the chair right next to me for the whole 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, I was heartbroken. I felt for him so much, and I just made sure I was there in any way possible I could to support him, brought him stuff, and just hoping he had a speedy recovery, which he did.
His goal was to return to the gridiron, and that meant he had to come to terms with the fact that it would take time.
My dad would also come in every day to check up on me in the hospital, and he just kept telling me, Keona, you gotta have patience no matter what. And that was my big problem in there. You know, I was in there crying every day, like, I wanna get out. I started off just doing warm-ups with my guys, and then they finally brought me in to do more drills, non-contact, and then I bought a brace for my arm, and that brought me into full contact practices.
With some patience and support from his friends, family, and coaches, Keona was able to take the field with the Aztecs for the final 3 games of his junior season.
I'm always gonna work hard no matter what, especially after something like that. I taught myself to be grateful for what I had, because you never know when it could be taken away from you.
For Sports 360 AZ, I'm Claudia Collins.